Kingdoms will fall. Men will reign. Washed ashore in the land of Ruyn, Ialrin Bialuth is a man with no memory of his past. Desperate to discover who he was and return to his homeland, Ialrin journeys through a continent ruled by elves, dwarves, and men. But a growing hatred threatens to destroy the peace that has held the continent together for centuries. Ialrin must choose. Will he abandon his quest to remember his past, or join the fight against genocide? Magic and betrayal, war and legend. His journey through Ruyn will change Ialrin's fate forever. Sword of Ruyn is a book by R.G. Long. I guess it would be a standard epic fantasy. For once, I actually know the genre that I'm talking about. Yeah, wow, this book is very grand in scope. It starts out very small. Ialrin washes up on shore. He has no idea who he is, what's going on, and he then meets up with a fellow adventurer type named Holve, and they go off. Holve has certain things he must attend to, and he goes off with other adventurers, and Ialrin, even though he doesn't know who he is, goes off as well. And he then gets involved in this epic quest to go and stop goblins and mercenaries that are attacking innocent villages and people and places, elves, dwarves, and men alike. So he's trying to figure all of this out in the midst of amnesia. This story, it was definitely an interesting one. This story felt a little bit like I was reading an old novel that I had read several times before. Not because it was necessarily familiar story-wise, but because it felt like some of the old epic fantasy novels, the Tolkien's, the Sword of Shannara types things. It felt very much like that. The characters were fun to read. I liked Ialrin a lot, and I liked Holve. I think there were a few characters in there that could have been expounded on more, that weren't necessarily expounded on, but then there were also circumstances where many characters that you did meet were killed soon afterwards. As far as adventure goes, this book definitely has it. The characters were fun, the world building was fascinating. I liked this book quite a lot. I think it was very interesting. I think Roland would have to be perhaps my favorite character, and I mean, he was quite fun. Some of these situations were extremely dramatic, and I liked it. I think perhaps my main critique for this is the fact that some of the world building aspects had a lot more exposition than I think was perhaps necessary. Some of the aspects, and this is weird for me because it involves language, talking about the dwarven tongue as it relates to the formation of their cities was perhaps not as necessary to the story as other aspects. I think that was perhaps the biggest critique for this, was that situations where Ialrin was encountering new things, they were explained in such a way that it was more exposition than character experience. However, I think that did not necessarily detract hugely from this novel. As I said before, it felt very much like some of the epic fantasies that I've read, and it was very nice, It was very interesting. Definitely a book to curl up with next to a fireplace while drinking a hot beverage of some sort. Now, I desperately hope that things work out better in book 2, because the end of book 1 was rather dramatic, to say the least. There were instances that connected the beginning to the end, simply due to timing and whatnot, that made things a whole lot clearer in my head. However, there's much still to happen, and I don't know what's going to happen, and I should perhaps find out, because it's all very dramatic. So if you are interested in a book, an epic fantasy, an adventure, well-developed characters, and a story that is lovely to read, please do check out this book. As usual, all of the links are in the description box below. You can find them there. I will leave links to R.G. Long's Amazon page and his social media, and you can find me on all of the social media places. I hope that you have a fantastic first of the year. If you're interested in this book, please do check it out. Otherwise, that's all I've got for you today. I shall see you next time. There are many interesting things that are going to be coming up in the near future, so I hope that you will stick around to check them out. That's all I've got for you today. I will see you around. Bye.